Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So today I want to cover something kind of weird. This Nuveen SPXX closed-end fund. So this old closed-end fund sounds dirty, but is there an opportunity here? And I think there might be. Well, for some people. So just as a recap, closed-end fund is it's similar to an ETF, but it has a fixed number of shares. And if you look at this, like the distribution rate, like you gotta say like, oh, well, Panda, this doesn't look very exciting. And you're right, it's not. But what is exciting, I think, is like the premium. I mean, it's eight at an 8% discount. Normally, you don't see this with most exchange traded funds, but but sometimes you do see this occasionally with closed-end funds. So I thought this was like an interesting opportunity. So, well, again, for some people, I guess like maybe if this isn't exciting enough for you, well, I guess like you're gonna have to like look harder for other things. But if you think about it, like if this like closes like the discount window, this could almost be like a 15% return, which is close to like what iSpy is distributing annualized. So this might be something of interest for some people. And why do I say some people? Well, unfortunately, this is a quarterly payout, and they're using regular covered calls. So basically, they own a whole bunch of stocks and they sell covered calls against it. But what's interesting here is this is a portfolio level covered call. So in a previous video, I mentioned something about dispersion trading, and this is kind of like a version of this because you're basically, in essence, you're shorting the index level volatility, but you're in a way because you're buying stocks, you have like underlying individual volatility. So this is very interesting, well, at least to me. But there is like a fine print that I want to point out. Like the liquidity is not very high. So if you just, if you're interested in this, like maybe try like a small amount of shares just to test things out. Because like when you have like this low level of like volume, like I hesitate to recommend anything. Well, I mean, I'm not a financial advisor anyway, so if you decide to go in this, just be careful. And there's also no options available on this particular closed-end fund either. So this has been around for a while actually. So it's been around since 2005. And what I like is that they kind of show like the effects of if you just like buy it and just like take the cash out, it's basically like flat. But if you take into account like the distributions, it's almost like a double. And what's interesting here is if you decide to reinvest the dividends, it's almost a triple. Now, I guess that depends on who you are and like what your risk tolerance is. So this isn't like a very exciting return. Like I think like for some people, like if you just want to buy like SPY directly, that you want the capital appreciation there, or I guess you can also go to like any yield max or defines product, and if you want like a higher, I guess like a monthly payout, that might be for you. For me, this is like an interesting speculation, just because I kind of like bargain hunting. So I just maybe thought this might be interesting for some people, especially if you're on the older side. You don't mind waiting for the discount window to close. It could be like for some people. So to me, this looks cheap. And again, it's not the most exciting yield, but I think it's decent enough for some people. But you do need patience because like just because it trades at a discount now doesn't mean that it can't trade at like a bigger discount later. So that's just something to keep in mind. The expense ratio, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I guess like you have to make up your own mind. You can look at this at your own leisure. And of course, like we don't have any control over the option strike selection. And this is actually interesting because they're using a portfolio level SPX cover call. The implied volatility obviously could collapse just because like cover calls like put selling pressure on like the market. And definitely it could get cheaper. So there's no guarantee that the discount will go away anytime soon. And the yields, even for like something like that's like relatively low yield, it's not consistent month to month. And of course, you can't borrow against these particular shares. So if you like this type of content, please consider giving this a like. Of course, welcome all subscribers, old and new. So thank you for watching. I hope people make some good money out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.